Poetry Break 2. The Northbound Goose. The sun has set on fall's finale. Gray skies take the place of autumn blue. A solitary fowl, a young goose made fat from the season's bounty, takes in the gray. Its two bulbous eyes watch as his friends glide across the clouds. None seem to look back, not at him, nor at home. The frostbitten ground nips at his webbed feet, but he remains still. How could he leave when this is all he's ever known? The freeze travels up his legs, ice blooming in his blood. Not everyone will follow. How could he leave them behind? His heart struggles to beat as ventricles freeze solid, the chill spreading across his chest while they do. He's never even flown before. What if he's too heavy? What if it never feels like home? What if he's all alone, just a solitary soul in the valley of the unknown? He looks beyond his fears, eyes now set on the horizon. He lifts his wings to fly, but finds snow dusting his feathers. Winter claims him, as movement is futile. Ice creeps across his lenses, forcing them open, forever staring at the home he's made, his own prison. Fool's luck. At the base of a river, people line the banks, stones in hand. Some come bearing ornate painted stones, hours of work put into such a small thing. Others come with gemstones forged by nature to shine at even the slightest ray of light. Some are not so lucky. They clutch jagged stones between their fingers, some with mud caked between cracks. They land in the water roughly, sinking straight to the bottom after being thrown. A ruby catches the sunset and its many carved facets before plunging into the riverbed. One stone, smooth and simple, glides across the river. It skips effortlessly until coming to rest on the opposite shore. Desert tides. A vast expanse of desert carpets the east, where a man sits content. He rests with closed eyes, the sand engulfing his worries. He waits for rain, his mouth growing drier than the land around him as time passes. To the west there is a river. Life springs from its banks. A bold outline of green frames the water and flora, which feeds off its kindness. It smiles back at him, beckoning. An arid week passes the man. He lets the sands build around his body. Slowly they encase him. He does not mind. The man is familiar with the river. He's seen it many times, on the edge of the horizon. At the sight of it, he sometimes grows restless. He may even promise himself he'll greet it, but he never does, refusing to embrace the water's warmth. A month passes with clear skies, the sand having towered even higher in that time. The man finds himself lost to the desert, sinking deeper and deeper by the day. It no longer matters if rain ever comes. It could never reach him. At the bottom of the desert. Bleeding. I remember the summer I was 5. In my hand I hold but a frame of it. The murky Polaroid is folded over itself, sleek with the spring rain. The season hasn't been kind. Beside us resides a cardboard box, housing more saturated images. If every picture was no more than a second, there was about 5 minutes lost to the flood. I look back to the dripping image in my hand. My younger self smiles back at me. It's a smile as light as the air itself, not dampened by any need to remember that moment, yet I still do. Fireworks fell like thunder during a storm, and the vibrant displays of color was the rain dotting the skies. I had the stomach flu, and the only thing that contented me was a saccharine orange popsicle. Through either magic or the power of placebo, I eagerly took in the skies, my stomach having abandoned its sickness. Thinking back, I might have been 4 that year. Did it really matter? The box caught my eye again. It mattered enough to take the picture, and it mattered enough that the loss pains me. The autumn forest. Somewhere very far away, ancient roots anchor a bountiful orchard. Wooded giants bearing apples, blotched in hues of blush and rose, dot an old path. They are joined by the sturdiest of oaks and playful maples, that let their leaves dance in the wind. The midday sun shades life in a delicate pink that softens the candy corn leaves. The year is young enough that the leaves evade frost's grasp.